Hey, welcome into this. Your boy Mac here with Lando to kick things off, get you ready for week 2. Keep the wins rolling. Lando, what is going on, my man?
I'm doing great. I lost you there for a second, but we got you back. We are excited for week 2. We are here to answer every single question today, so make sure to get your question in and we'll give you the best advice possible. We're trying to get 2,200 subscribers. We're almost there, and let's blow past that and get to 2,300. We can do that today. Should be a ton of fun. The boys are vibing. Let's get it.
100%. The plan here for today's show, if you're new to the stream, we are going to go through a very quick ins and outs at the start of the stream. We'll also check back halfway through and bring that up for new listeners, and then we'll get straight into the comments for your questions. So without further ado, Lando, let's get into the ins and outs.
Sounds good.
All right. Expected to play today. So Mike Evans dealing with a calf, expected to play, which is really good news because, as we'll see in the next slide, Chris Godwin out. So Mike Evans projects to get a lot of work today with Godwin and Julio Jones inactive. Allen Lazard makes his start for the Green Bay Packers tonight, projects to be the wide receiver 1 for Aaron Rodgers. They do play the late game. So if you are going to play Allen Lazard, have him in your flex spot. 100% need to happen. T. Higgins against Dallas. You excited to see T. Higgins in action this week?
Definitely excited. Cleared up concussion protocol. He'll be someone I'll be watching for sure. There was a lot of excitement around T. Higgins. If you have T. Higgins, I am starting him today. He's still a stud.
100%. Naji Harris going to start today against the New England Patriots, or expected to. We didn't think that he was going to play this week, and initially it was diagnosed anywhere between 2 to 4 weeks, but it looks like he's going to give it a go. Yeah. The question is, are you playing Naji Harris this week with a poor matchup against the Patriots, potentially a little bit banged up?
I'm tempering expectations for Naji Harris. I will play him. You probably don't have very good options, but let us know in the comments if you have tough Naji start sits. But generally, I'm going to start him. I'm hoping for a touchdown. Hopefully he falls into the end zone.
Zeke or Naji Harris?
I think I'll go Zeke.
Kareem Hunt or Naji Harris?
Oh, gosh. Naji, I think.
Okay, there's the line.
Man.
Leonard. Yeah, we tested that one early. Leonard Fournette going to play today. Good sign. Yeah. And then
they're going to need him
Swift,
today. They're going to need Lenny.
They do. Rashad White, keep an eye on him as well. Deandre Swift expected to play, but could be limited. You see that LTD beside his name. He could be on a snap count. So keep that in mind, but the matchup is plus against the Washington Commanders. So Deandre Swift in limited work might be better than your secondary or tertiary options in a full game. So if I have Swift, I'm playing him. If I have better options, like I'm very deep at running back, I will pivot off. For example, in one league, I'm starting Daryl Henderson over Deandre Swift.
David Montgomery or Deandre Swift? Asking for a friend.
Deandre Swift.
All right. So out of this list, Mac, who are you least excited or tempering your expectations the most for? Who are these? Naji, you're not. What about Lazard? I mean, the Packers need him, but we haven't seen anything from him yet.
Correct. I mean, historically, the Packers own the Bears. Aaron Rodgers gets up for these games. Yep. It's the primetime game tonight, and nobody really jumped out and commanded the workload. Like A.J. Dillon led this team in receptions last week with 5. I think it was like 41 or 46 yards. Someone needs to jump out and be the alpha, and Lazard now gets that opportunity after everybody passed it up week 1. So it wasn't Watkins, it wasn't Cobb, it wasn't Dubs, it wasn't Christian Watson, it was AJ Dillon. So
Mr.
Lazard's in a good spot.
All right, let's keep moving on.
100%. Declared out. Some notable names on this list. J.K. Dobbins not expected to make his debut today against the Miami Dolphins. We'll have to wait another week for that. Alvin Kamara, dealing with a rib issue, is not going to play today against Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin also out. That knee not bothered by last week's injury, but it's now an ankle injury, I believe. So Chris Godwin going to be out. And then Michael Pittman is a surprise inactive. We got the news yesterday that Michael Pittman was not going to be active today. So adjust your rosters accordingly. We get to Gabe Davis here, who is not declared out, as Myles Gaskin was also changed from healthy to out. That looks like a healthy scratch to me.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis is not out, but we've put him here because he plays on Monday. So unless you are somebody who's rolling, like a Robert Woods, a Treylon Burks, and Isaiah McKenzie in parallel with Gabe Davis, you could afford to make a last-minute switch. If you have other options that are playing today, I'm going to encourage you to play those options over Gabe Davis, because if he is out, that's not like you just leave yourself in a hole. So
yeah.
Put those questions in the comments. If it's Gabe Davis or X, like we can help you figure that out. But I'm kind of fading if I have other options.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone coming in. Make sure to smash that subscribe button. I know if you're here commenting, you already subscribed, but we get to every single question today. We're just going through some news and notes, but we get to every single one. So we'll get to your questions. If you do want priority, we do have that
super chat option.
Super chat option, yeah.
Heck yeah. Julio Jones not expected to play. So yeah. Godwin, Jones out, Mike Evans in for a big workload. So is Leonard Fournette. I think wheels up for those two. And then George Kittle in a smash matchup against Seattle is not going to play for the second straight week. If you drafted George Kittle as a positional advantage, you feel ripped off. And I'm sorry, but I'm with you. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Anything else to note here, Lando?
No, that's pretty much it. We do. I did mention we answer every question, but we have these Snap Army members. Griff's one of those guys. He's got in there. Easy's one of those guys. We will answer those questions first, but either way, we still get to everybody.
All right, that's pretty good. 7 minutes through the opening ins and outs. I think that's a record so far. Let's get to some questions. Just a PSA for start. Sit question and answer format. You will see if you could include those scoring settings, league format, that would really, really help. Our guy Easy has come through and modeled it for you. Big shout out to the guy. Much love. He's got a gross one to start, though. PPR league, pick one. Ramondre, JD McKissick, TDP, or James Cook.
I'm going Ramondre Stevenson. I think you have to. The run game for the Patriots, like I mentioned early, is not good so far. They've got this zone running scheme that they can't figure out, but I still think Ramondre is the place to go there.
I absolutely agree. And number two, in a PPR league as well, Dortch, Lazard, or KJ Osborne.
I'm going Lazard there.
Easy. Here. I'm going Lazard. I'm going Lazard and Dortch.
Yeah.
The target volume for Dortch last week is something that I'm not going to shy away from, and Osborne hasn't seen the same love, so I'm going to go with Dortch and Lazard.
Sounds good.
Love that. On to Neon. Hey guys, PPR pick 2, wide receiver, 1 flex, Waddle, Mooney, A-Rob, Sutton, Edmonds, Henderson, and Gabe Davis. Wow. This is the type of group that I would expect to have if you're going to pivot off of Gabe Davis, right?
Yeah. That, I mean, you
Waddle
can
and Sutton
sit down.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, you can sit down Gabe Davis because you have some really good options there. Yeah.
For me, it's Waddle and Sutton are non-negotiables, and then I think Henderson's in the best spot with a matchup and a workload against Atlanta. So I'm going to go Waddle, Sutton, Henderson. You don't need to start Mooney and A-Rob coming off of bad weeks when you have Waddle and Sutton there, and then Henderson is projecting, I think, to have a bigger workload than Edmonds. So Waddle, Sutton, Henderson for me. I don't know if you feel differently about Edmonds over Henderson.
No, I tend to agree with that. We didn't see that healthy scratch for Mostert. I mean, is interesting, but I still think Henderson.
Oh, sorry, it was Gaskin.
Yeah, Gaskin's for with the. Oh wait, who does Gaskin play for?
Miami.
It's still Miami. Okay.
Yeah, Gaskin got the healthy scratch.
Right. Okay.
Yep. Beautiful.
We're Gucci.
Half PPR pick 1, Wide receiver, 2 flex. Dotson, Burks, Campbell, Boyd, Jamal Williams, Peoples-Jones, and Mark Ingram.
Pick one. I'm going to go
Pick
with...
one wide receiver, 2 flex.
Okay. Traylon Burks and Dotson, I think. Yeah, and then what are your thoughts on Paris Campbell?
That's the thing. Is Paris Campbell going to get the workload? Is Ashton Dooling going to get the workload? Are they just going to feed JT and Nyheim Hines all game? Like, I think kind of everybody will be involved. I don't necessarily think that one guy's going to come out and take it. I think playing Paris Campbell is just a little bit too risky. I think it's being a little bit too optimistic for what he can do for this offense. So I'm going to go Dotson and Burks. And then I actually believe that Jamal Williams is in the best spot.
Yeah, with the limited Deandre Swift.
Yeah, and we saw last week, even with a Deandre Swift that was fully healthy, after Deandre Swift did all the work between the 20s, Jamal Williams comes in as a change of pace back and knocks in 2 touchdowns. So if Deandre needs to be limited for whatever reason, Jamal Williams is very capable. Yeah. So I think Jamal Williams is still in a good spot. I would go Dotson, Burks, Williams.
Love it. I love it.
Full PPR, pick one, Boyd or Romeo Doubs.
Oh, Boyd, I think.
I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Don't know what to do with Swift. I'm thinking starting Jamal Williams over him, but I should maybe still play Swift. I would still play Swift.
So would I. I get it. Jamal, like Mac just said, Jamal Williams got in the end zone twice last week. It's completely plausible that Jamal has a better game, but I don't want to give up that explosiveness. We know what he could do with limited work. You have to rely on efficiency. It's a good matchup. Mm-hmm. I get it, man. I'm worried too. I got to play him against producer Scott this week. So I'm going to be torn if he has a bad game, but we riding, Steve-O.
We're riding. There's some nice thoughts here. If Swift plays, you start him.
That's it.
Play Swift unless they say he's out. I
just
agree.
Got moved to healthy,
agree with the
officially.
People. Yeah.
Officially, I moved to healthy on Yahoo.
What's up, guys? Start 2 in a full PPR. A-Rob, Dylan, Bateman, Cooks. Nice list here.
I think Dylan is an auto start.
Dylan and Cooks for me.
Dylan and Cooks.
Yep. A-Rob with this list, I think Cooks is just much more reliable, and Bateman had the big play, but outside of that, he didn't have the greatest of games last week, and they have a tougher matchup this week. So I'll go Dylan Cooks.
Yeah, sounds good.
Terry McLaurin or Amon-Ra St. Brown to start?
I think I'll go
Terry.
I don't know. I just about answered that quick, and now I'm second guessing who I was going to say.
I think like Detroit has a good matchup, but I guess they play each other. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go with the better player. I think Terry McLaurin's still better.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My gut said Amon-Ra, so that's who I'll just go with.
Lovely. By the way, I calculated last week, we were 63% correct.
Hey,
and that was like if we were given 5 players to choose from and we chose 2 of the 3 correct. I gave us
yeah, I think that's fair.
I gave us like 1 wrong and 4 right. But 63%, not bad. Could be a little bit better.
Could be.
Start 2 in a full PPR. Cooks, Sutton, Dylan, Deontay Johnson. Oh. I'm going to fade Deontay.
Yeah. I'm good with Sutton, and it's a full PPR. I'm good with Sutton and Cooks.
Yeah, it's tempting to play Dylan here, but I think Sutton and Cooks is just nicer.
Yeah.
Bigger games. Start Swift, or do I give Khalil Herbert and Kenneth Walker a chance? I had Kamara and Mitchell go down for me, half PPR. I would just roll with Swift.
Yep, I would too.
I'm not starting Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, we don't want to, I'm excited to watch Kenneth Walker, guys, but I'm not willing to start him week 1. Right. Week 1 of being active, I mean. Really excited to see his usage. It could be a 50-50 split with Penny. If that's the case, love him going forward. But I'm going to sit on Ken Walker and just see what happens.
Feel free to smash that like button. We appreciate the love and support. If you guys could just make that happen for us, that would be
the boys are at 2,200 subscribers.
Hey,
thank you guys for coming in. We answer every single question, just like we do on our YouTube segments. So hang in, hang out, interact with each other. We'll get to your questions, guys. It's It's going to be a fun week 2.
Absolutely. Hello. Good morning and good luck all from Snap Army member Griff. Chelly D coming in again. Half PPR, pick one for the flex, Claypool, Dortch, or Mark Ingram.
Gross, Chelly.
Have you seen this man's teams?
Do you think that, with Kamara out, do you think it's going to be Kenyon Drake or Mark Ingram gets the most of that work?
Drake dominated the opportunity last week, so I don't know why it would go the other way, but
yeah,
I would still roll with Drake.
Claypool got used in the backfield quite a bit. He got more of a gadget guy, but we saw that Dortch got the targets. What are your thoughts between Claypool and Dortch?
Coin flip, honestly. And that's sad. So sad to say. I think I'll still go Claypool.
Yeah, better talent.
If he's a better red zone threat. He gets balls out of the backfield. And if Deontay's limited in any capacity, it'll be Claypool. So
cool.
I'll go there. It doesn't feel great, but I think that's what I'm doing.
CeeDee Lamb question.
As my wide receiver 2, do I go CeeDee Lamb, Rashad Bateman, Devonte Smith? Wide receiver 1 is Jefferson. Okay, so you have a wide receiver 1.5. This is kind of like the Christian McCaffrey effect. You're starting kind of 1.5 running backs. You're kind of doing the same with Justin Jefferson. I would just roll out CeeDee Lamb, man. I think he's still, even though his situation is worse now without Dak Prescott, he's still going to be the guy. He's still going to get the volume. Yes, quality of target goes down, but he's going to get more volume than Bateman and Smith. So I'm just going to go CD. And if CD has a CD game, you're in great shape. But if he doesn't, Justin Jefferson will pick him up.
Yeah. Welcome in, Snap Army member Chris Timmons. Shout out to you, my man. Thanks for coming in. We'll get to your question.
Let's get some of the Snap Army questions here. Griff, standard league, playing my mom and have absolutely smashed her team into the ground. That's just rude. AJ Dillon or Brandon Cooks. I'm going to give you bad advice for this, Griff.
Your mom is a beautiful woman. Don't talk down her.
Yeah. Go to the waiver wire, drop AJ Dillon, and pick up some JD McKissick.
I would go AJ Dillon, man, in a standard league.
Standard league, I would lean Dillon side as well. Although his pass catching was an asset last week. I'll still go AJD for some touchdown upside.
Griff is saying PPR, sit Naji. I can move Patterson into the RB spot, start A-Rob or Landry. I have to choose between A-Rob, Landry in quite a few situations. So he brought this up in our private Snap Army group chat that only members get to be a part of. And I had a hell of a time with this question. Landry with the volume, the veteran, so easy for me to fade Landry. But you have A-Rob that we want him to bounce back so bad. We went through it all last year of just a pain with Allen Robinson. What do you do?
I'm willing to give him a second chance. What I saw from him on the field last week was a lot of good things. He ran good routes. He didn't look washed. He successfully created separation. Either the timing was off with Matthew Stafford, or he just had laser vision, tunnel vision on Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
But Allen Robinson did what he needed to do to get open. He also he didn't take plays off. He set blocks. He continued running with the play. He impressed me in a lot of aspects of his game. So that was really nice to see. I think that Matt Stafford got exposed for not distributing the ball the way he probably should have. For them to win that game. I think things change this week. I think Allen Robinson gets some targets. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, as they say.
Yeah, Drowsy Loves Comp is asking, how do I join the Snap Army? You could just hit that join button if you're watching on
Has
YouTube,
to be on desktop.
On a browser, yep. If you're on your phone, you gotta just, how do you do it on your phone? You have to go to our homepage, maybe.
It's got to be desktop.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll get you in. Appreciate the love. You guys need more subs. We are happy with the subs we have, but we are always willing to grow the fam. So appreciate it, my man. Chris Timmons, do we start Lazard for the night game or do we play Curtis Samuel full PPR league? This one's really tough because Curtis Samuel coming off a 15-touch opportunity, right? Sorry, not touch. 15 opportunity game, 11 targets, 4 carries, heavily involved, got into the end zone, played 20% less snaps than Jahan Dotson and Terry McLaurin. Do we expect him to be as busy today against the Detroit Lions, or do you just go wishful thinking, go for the upside play with Allen Lazard? I actually tend to lean Curtis Samuel.
Yeah, I kind of lean Curtis Samuel as well in a full PPR league. That guy got used a lot. He's like this year's Deebo Samuel. And the parallels are kind of there where Curtis was hurt all last year. Deebo was hurt 2 years ago and then really came back and was used all over the field. Washington Commanders can move that football with Carson Wentz. And
Carson Wentz was so impressive last week.
I mean, they have weapons. If you think about it, you have Gibson, who got so much trash this offseason with Brian Robinson. I mean, Dotson seems great. Terry McLaurin is a stud. I mean, Logan Thomas is back healthy. Now Curtis Samuel is the gadget player. I mean, they're like the Jets of that division. Or I guess are they in the same division? I don't even. Either way, they're like the Jets and where they have a ton of weapons.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I mean, we forget because it's been so long how explosive Curtis Samuel is. If he gets on the field a little bit more, we could see a lot of opportunity for him. So good matchup. We'll roll Samuel. Yes, Lazard could command that, 25 to 30% target share that the Green Bay Packers need. But at the same respect, the Green Bay Packers are one of the slowest teams in the league for tempo. They run some of the fewest plays. And they're going to probably pound the rock with Jones and Dillon. Like, I expect them to be up in this game. I expect them to methodically take their time on offense and just just score and stop.
They might not need Lazard, to be honest.
Exactly.
Not like they did against the Vikings.
I'm going to go Samuel in it. Yeah. It sucks. I mean, I'd love to go with some Green Bay love, but it is what it is. Keep Denver defense or pick up the Colts defense.
I'll just keep Denver.
Yeah, Colts are in a good spot, but Denver I like a little bit better.
Yeah.
Should I start Terry or St. Brown? I think we got this one already, but we said Terry and you said Brown. St. Brown.
Correct. So yeah. Sorry, Isaiah. No help.
Delta Blade, Drake London at the Rams or Jahan Dotson at the Lions.
Ooh, better matchup for Dotson, but better talent for London. I think I'm going just Drake London.
That's really tough. I'll go with the better talent, Drake London. Flex Claypool or Donovan Peoples-Jones. I will go Claypool.
Yeah, I'll go Claypool too. Donovan Peoples-Jones had a ton of targets last week. I just, I'm not ready to believe in him. I'd rather start Claypool.
Mm-hmm.
Or Melvin Gordon, I guess, would be the other one.
No.
Okay.
Pick 1.5 PPR Swift, Jamal Williams, or Miles Sanders. See, here's the thing, too. Miles Sanders plays the second Monday night game.
Yeah.
Play the Vikings. Vikings looked decent last week. They did get beat on the ground, though, by the Packers. I think I just still play Swift. Because here's my concern with that backfield. All three running backs scored the ball. Sanders scored the ball. Gainwell scored the ball. Scott scored the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I truly believe it's a full committee approach. It's situational over there in Philly. Miles Sanders not getting the rock to pound it. Whereas if they're like, yeah, we're going to give Deandre Swift, 20 to 30 snaps. Well, if he touches the rock on 10 to 15 of those snaps, like Deandre Swift in 10 to 15 opportunities could be really, really good.
Yeah. I mean, if Miles Sanders gets the majority of that work, the Eagles are good enough for him to be a very good running back. He's just not getting that opportunity.
I do agree.
It could happen. So Miles Sanders is a hold until further notice.
I would just play Swift.
Yeah.
Early.
Hopefully. Yep. I'm hoping so, my man. I'm hoping so.
Half PPR, pick one Jamal Williams, Drake London, or Elijah Moore.
Man, these Jamal Williams questions are going to kill me.
And look, like if you don't feel good about DeAndre Swift in limited work, I'm totally fine with you pivoting to Jamal because he has touchdown upside. He has the ability to handle a bigger workload. Like we've seen it from him last year and into this year already. Like he vultured 2 scores last week. So it's not outrageous to say, you know what? I'm going to just fade Deandre Swift this week and take the full game from Jamal. Like,
Yep.
I'm also okay with that logic. It's a gamble at the end of the day. You have to kind of follow your gut.
Yeah, I don't mind Jamal Williams there at all. I think Drake London's a super good talent.
Yep.
And Elijah Moore should see the targets too. You've got some really good options here.
Garrett Wilson, though, coming off an 8-target game, kind of quietly flew under the radar last week.
They had, I'm going to look because I think Flacco threw the ball like 60 times. But
it's funny. He won a Super Bowl throwing it like 25. So.
Yeah. Hey guys, make sure to hit that like button. Let's get up to 30 likes real quick. I know y'all can get there. Come through. We get to every single question, so we'll get to your question here coming up.
I think Jamal Williams is the safest play here. I think the biggest game exists with Drake London. So I'm between London and Williams. I think Elijah Moore is the odd man out, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm totally good. I'm very much good going with Jamal.
Okay. Winston, now the Kamara is out, is going to throw more, or Trey Lance in the rain, full PPR. Well, we have Winston in a dome, or we have Trey Lance in another rain game. Trey Lance did have 13 rushing opportunities, so like we have to establish that as a factor because it truly, truly does make a difference between the two. Is it going to be as rainy? Because last week was not rain. It was slush. Like, it was just a mess. Yeah. Guys were they were playing in a slip and slide the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
I personally have the faith that Trey Lance will have a better game. And I think his rushing upside is enough for you to say, I'm going to just roll him out.
Even in this rain game, if Trey Lance has a bad game, you could trade him for nothing, drop him, don't care.
Yep. What are our thoughts on Daryl Henderson? I am treating him as a potential top 12 back this week. I think he's got the ability to be, a finish as like running back 10 to 12. If he has a good game, if he gets the full workload, it's going to be a really interesting thing to watch if Cam Akers gets more work, if this was like a 1 week doghouse thing, if they're going to slowly turn the tide. But Daryl Henderson came off 81% snap share, dominated the touches. They play Atlanta. They need to win. Like, I think Daryl Henderson is going to be the game plan, and I'm rolling him out with confidence. And like I said earlier, in one league, I'm starting him over Deandre Swift because I just want the full game. But I think for the foreseeable future, he's a really solid option and maybe a sell high candidate, but we'll monitor the splits between him and Akers.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Sean the Sheep 99, ETN. Coach stated they are going to run more today or play Melvin Gordon full PPR. Pick one.
I would go
ETN or Melvin Gordon.
ETN.
I'm also going ETN. We kind of did I'm going to go to our Twitter here and just grab these stats. So I saw a lot of people last week chatting on Twitter about, Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams is still a 50-50 workload. And I wholeheartedly disagree. And then I waited until everything came out. So 58% snap share for Javonte Williams, 18 touches, 108 yards. Melvin Gordon, 41%, 14 touches, 72 yards. So not only was the snap count more 60-40, the production was nearly double. Javonte also was the recipient of 12 targets and 11 receptions. So if you want to talk about making the difference in fantasy, it is from catching the football in those PPR leagues. And if he's going to dominate that role, he is a clear step ahead. It doesn't even matter if it's a 50-50 snap share. If it's a 90-10 target share, Javonte wins every time.
You just made a big trade for Javonte in Dynasty.
I did. There was guys were trading for Dalvin Cook, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Adams. This one team just blew their team up, and I missed out on 1, 2, 3. And I just approached the rebuilding team that had Javonte and said, hey, I'll give you AJ Dillon and 2 firsts next year that I had. And I got my guy.
You got him. Love it.
Yeah. We had him as top six running back this year. I think we're on pace for a good year. Josh Wall, half PPR, Michael Thomas, Christian Kirk, or Julio Jones?
Julio is out. I'm going to go Michael Thomas there, Josh.
I am as well. And that reminds me, Lando, in about 10 minutes time, we'll circle back to the ins and outs for anybody that missed them. And that'll take about 5. And then we'll come right back to your questions. On to Isaiah, start, sit, full PPR. Here we go. Across St. Brown or Terry. We are
Isaiah,
split.
We got your question, my man. We got your question.
Yeah. Oh, is it the same one?
Same
person? Okay. Yeah. Another thing. Don't spam the chat. Damian Pierce or Mark Ingram both had really sad performances week 1. I think everyone was hopeful that Damian Pierce would come in and dominate, but Rex Burkhead just dominated touches.
In this scenario, I'll run Pierce out there again. In this scenario.
Oh, I don't want to play either of them.
No, that's what I mean. I don't want to. But
can we go to the waivers? Please.
He missed out on Jeff Wilson. He missed out on who else I don't even know who else. What other running backs were good this week? You did the waiver show.
I did. Well, Jeff Wilson, Daryl Henderson, if he was there.
Sure. Yeah. Missed out.
Yeah. Let's check. If you're still here, Packer, tell us what's on your waiver wire, and we'll see if we can find you a better option than Ingram or Pierce. I think there's definitely a possibility for that. Like Jamal Williams might be sitting there. You never know.
You never know.
Daryl Henderson, Hollywood Brown, CD, DK, full PPR, start 1.
Probably Daryl. CD, DK. It's a pretty stacked team.
It's a good list. I would so DK had 7 receptions, but only like 37 yards. It's kind of the average depth of target there is a little bit concerning, but I'm not shocked by that either. CD Lamb is the most talented of this group, but you can have your concerns for the quarterback. I think the safest option is Daryl Henderson, to be completely honest.
Yeah,
I think
that was my first instinct was Daryl Henderson.
And then I think the highest upside is probably Hollywood Brown, but he didn't really command the target share that I thought he would last week, unfortunately.
It should be a good matchup for him this week, but against Vegas should be a bit of a shootout. But yeah, for me, it's probably going to be.
I go Daryl. Daryl for the safest game.
Yeah.
Brown for probably the highest.
Yeah.
But you have good options there. Between CD, Daryl.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Henderson. I do feel good about it.
Kicks my game. Thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciate you. When everyone, if anyone does a super chat, we're gonna spend a little bit extra time going through and helping Kicks my game. We appreciate the support. It's only $5, but it means a lot to us. So if anyone wants to join our membership group or do a quick super chat, we appreciate it. It's not much, but it's a lot for us.
Good morning. Need help in 2 leagues? Pick one. ETN, Breece Hall, Ramondre, and also pick one. Devonte Smith, Jacoby. Sorry for the pack last week, Mac, and sorry for Minnesota. Go Birds. I appreciate it.
Wound.
The Vikings played fantastic. The Packers came out flat like they always do. I accept your condolences. It's but we'll see if we can bounce back
the
here
Vikings
and put
are
Chicago.
Rock your Eagles tomorrow. Sorry, pal.
Yeah, okay. ETN, Breece Hall, Ramondre. I would probably go ETN. Michael Carter was a surprise leader in that backfield, and it really looks like Breece is going to have to earn his role as the starter. It's looking like a full committee right now. So I'll go ETN for the pass catching work. Do you agree with that? ETN over Breece Hall and Ramondre?
Yeah, I think so. I didn't know if it was a PPR or not, but we'll assume half PPR. I think ETN is that guy.
And then Devonte Smith or Jacoby. Devonte coming off a horrendous game, 0 receptions on 4 targets, kind of was the forgotten man with AJ Brown stealing the show in his debut for the Eagles. Jacoby Myers also, like Mac Jones is playing today, but Jacoby Myers, I guess you could say the mediocre matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we know the Patriots offense to be kind of low volume, high efficiency. So Jacoby or a bounce back for Devonte? What do you think?
I'll probably just go with Jacoby. I'm starting Devonte Smith in a matchup against producer Scott, and I feel terrible about it. I want to see it first before I'm going to start Smith over Jacoby, unfortunately. You hate to see
so
it.
hard. I'm going to go Devonte.
Yeah, sorry, we're not much help there, but we do agree on Travis Etienne. Really love the explosiveness last week, so keep rolling with him. I want to see more from Breece Hall. I'm excited for him as a prospect, but
I think like back half of the season, this is a totally different conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
Breaking: Saints quarterback Jameis Winston is going to play today despite having 4 fractures in his back, playing in a lot of pain, but doing his best Matt Stafford impression.
Do you fade any Saints?
No, I think if he's cleared to play and they're going to let him do this, I think he's going to do it. You could, like, depending on your options, like here, for example, with this question. Oh, this is a league winner question, but let's just say it was like, should I start Olave, Wilson, or Burks? Like, okay, pivot off of Olave because his upside is very similar to Wilson or Burks, right? So I think that makes sense. Do I think you like have to go away from Michael Thomas after last week? No, I think you can put him out there.
Yeah.
Half PPR redraft 3 wide receiver 1 flex. Which 2 rookie wide receivers would you hold on to be a potential league winner?
So Burks and Wilson, if I'm picking 2, I think I do like. Olave.
I'm gonna agree with you on Garrett Wilson because I do think he's the best wide receiver in this class. I think the target share and volume for Tennessee is just not what you want it to be. Like Robert Woods after week 1 is a low-key drop candidate.
He's a drop. Robert Woods is a drop.
Which is like crazy because he's pretty much their wide receiver 1. So I just don't think the volume will be there for Trey Burks for like a league winner. But I do think Olave does possess that. And Jameson Williams, I think he's right up there with Garrett Wilson. Like it's Wilson and Jameson Williams tier break, and then Olave and Burks below.
You should be able to put Jameson on your IR.
Well, he's just saying like which 2 would be.
Yeah, I would stash Jameson Williams.
Yeah, but the problem with Jameson Williams is I think he's very special. We just don't know his return. Like, what is his timeline?
Yeah, so if you need to drop, you can drop him if you need to.
Olave and Wilson would be the 2 league winners that I think that from a rookie standpoint have the potential to do so.
There you go.
Boyd, even though Higgins is playing and they could run the ball, or a lot of Marvin Jones. I would just go, Boyd or Marvin Jones.
I'm not going to play Marvin Jones.
Yeah, I'll go Tyler Boyd. Full PPR, Boyd.
Yeah.
Would you start Evans against such a difficult matchup in a PPR? Are we talking Mike Evans? Then yes.
Yes. Paz coming in with a super chat.
Hey, start you in a full PPR.
Oh. I'm messing in there with you. Sorry,
stop clicking.
I'll let you do it.
Start you in a full PPR. David Montgomery, AJ Dillon, Michael Thomas, and Mike Evans. Started Juju this week over Evans. Didn't know if he would play. Fair.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough one, Paz.
He said he also has Boyd, but he doesn't know. Yeah, Boyd to me is out. So start 2, full PPR. AJ Dillon, I think, is a must start here. And I would go Mike Evans over Montgomery and Michael Thomas.
Yeah, and historically, Mike Evans has not played the Saints well. I'm not really worried about that. He still will be relied upon a ton with everything going on with the Bucs receiving core. Like they're going to have to move him around the field like crazy. I know Leonard Fournette's going to be involved a ton, but AJ Dillon and Mike Evans feels very safe. If you want to go upside and think Michael Thomas can repeat that performance he had last week, I don't blame you. Obviously, it would have been great to start AJ Dillon, Michael Thomas, Mike Evans. But unfortunately, if you went Juju, you need the upside. Mike Evans is an auto start. And then
especially with Godwin and Julio out.
Totally. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think AJ Dillon just is in such a secure role He led the backfield in passing, which is crazy because Aaron Jones has held that role for the past several years as them working together. So Dillon's establishing himself. He has the most touchdown upside, and I don't love Montgomery on the other side. So Dillon and Evans for me, I would just, Michael Thomas says this is where we're talking about, could you fade a Saint because of the Jameis news? In this case, having Mike Evans as a replacement. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect.
So I think those are the two. This one's funny. I got to put it up here. 10 mooch pucks up for grabs, Lando, for 2 correct picks for the flex. Robbie Anderson, Miles Sanders, David Montgomery, and Curtis Samuel.
Oh, man. I think you have to start Miles Sanders there in that one.
Interesting.
Or you go Montgomery and Curtis Samuel, I guess.
That's where I was leaning.
Yeah.
I have a slight hatred towards Miles Sanders.
Yeah.
Montgomery and Samuel would be my answer, but I do see where you're coming from with Sanders. It's I think Samuel is a must start.
Yeah. Okay.
Of this group.
Samuel, Montgomery. You can listen to Mac. Yeah, it's all good.
I am going to quickly get the ins and outs back up, and we'll come right back to your questions. We're going to spend like 5 minutes on this, so nothing crazy, but just need to bring it back up for the people. So declared out, J.K. Dobbins not going to make his season debut today. Alvin Kamara is officially inactive. Chris Godwin is also inactive, and Michael Pittman, we got news yesterday, is not going to play today. So some really big, notable inactives. 2 others, Julio Jones and George Kittle. If you drafted George Kittle as your positional advantage, you're going to have to wait another week, which is super unfortunate because this is a really good matchup against Seattle. Gabe Davis is not declared out. He is actually questionable for Monday night's game against Tennessee. However, if you're going to have Gabe Davis in your lineup, you need to make sure that you have like a Robert Woods, a Treylon Burks, or an Isaiah McKenzie that you can slot into that spot, and make sure that he is also in your flex spot.
Or a Devonte Smith or Adam Thielen, because they both play.
Right. Devonte Smith, Adam Thielen, like a KJ Osborne. But if you have a better option today, and you can go ahead and put those in the comments. We haven't got any Gabe Davis questions yet, but put those in the comments and we'll tell you who we kind of like. I'm sort of potentially fading Gabe Davis for the chance that he doesn't play.
There you go. Right on.
Yeah, unfortunately. Expected to play. Good news. Mike Evans is in a really good spot today. Really the solo man in that wide receiving core. With Godwin and Julio Jones out. Allen Lazard making his debut for the Packers. They need a wide receiver 1 desperately. We'll see what he can come in and do, if he can be that guy that takes the large 25 to 30% target share. We'll see. T. Higgins also going to return today after a concussion last week, in a good spot against Dallas. Naji Harris, a slight fade for me this week, coming back, I think, a hair early from what we thought was a 2 to 4 week injury, but he is going to play today. Got a tough matchup against New England. Leonard Fournette is going to play in a really good spot here. It should be the Fournette and Evans show for the Tampa Bay Bucks. And then Deandre Swift is officially active. That just came through about 15 minutes ago, but he could be on a snap count. So you'll see he's highlighted here in yellow. He might be, in a limited fashion today. Take that with what you will. He's shown the ability to be very, very efficient. So DeAndre Swift in limited time might be better than your secondary option, but let us know in the comments and we will absolutely give you as much of a hand as we can on those.
Yeah. Okay. We'll get back to the questions right now. Smash that like button, guys. We can get over 40 likes. We're at 28 right now. We have 32 people watching. We get to every single question. So there's links to the Discord. There's links to the Snap Army membership. If you need your question answered right away, you can hit that super chat button and we'll get to it right away.
Full PPR. I think this is where we are. Yes, I think this is where we are. Full PPR, pick 1, Jarvis or Devonte Smith.
I'd probably just go with Jarvis Landry.
I think I would too. Last week was impressive. Jeff coming in, full PPR, sit 2, and it can't be the 2 running backs. Damian Harris, Burkhead, Chark, Landry, Corey Davis.
I'm going to sit Corey Davis, and I'm going to sit...
Why can't I sit Damian Harris?
I'll start Chark and Landry. We'll just go there, I guess.
Well, he said sit too, and so we have to sit either Chark or Landry. Corey Davis and DJ Chark are the sits.
Can you sit one running back? Like, why are they on the list if you can't even sit them?
Correct.
That's my question.
Oh, and it can't be 2 running backs. Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, 1 running back.
Yeah. So I'll just sit Burkhead and I'll sit Corey Davis.
There you go.
Done.
Cool.
He said, thanks, team. Repping back-to-back championships. Not a big deal.
Not a big deal. Love it.
Love that. I think this is what we got Paz in the super chat.
We got Paz already. Yep.
Okay, interesting.
We got
I'm fine with that.
Steve-O, Jamal Williams or Travis Etienne?
I would go Travis Etienne.
Travis Etienne is Noel Thompson.
Yeah, no idea what to start. My 2 flex options, Michael Carter, Jalen Waddle, Daryl Henderson, Marquise Brown, or David Montgomery.
Henderson and Waddle?
Yep. Henderson, Waddle. I wouldn't chase the Michael Carter points from week 1. We'll see how that backfield kind of shakes itself out.
Sell candidate for me if you got one.
Sure. Waddle, Henderson. Love it. Wide receiver, T. Higgins, Marquise Brown, Jalen Waddle start 2.
PPR.
In a PPR. I would start
Higgins and Waddle.
There
we go.
I want to see more of a consolidated target share in Arizona before I can confidently say, yes, Marquise Brown is the guy, because he just wasn't.
I've been on record hyping up Marquise Brown. I'm starting him this week in a matchup. I want to see it first. We're fading him a little bit. I think he still has a ton of upside. He's not an auto start for me yet. I want to see it from Marquise Brown.
This is a leader in the clubhouse for grossest question of the day: Taysom Hill or Pat Freiermuth?
Taysom Hill is going to get 3 rush attempts. 1 will be a touchdown.
But they'll all be in the red zone.
Yeah. But Freiermuth got the targets last week, so I'd rather have the targets than the rush attempts. So I'll just go Pat Freiermuth.
This is the way I think you've got to look at it. You're hoping, when you play Taysom Hill, you're just hoping for a touchdown, right? Touchdown, the worst 6. Last week, a top 12 tight end was 7.1 points. So that is an 11-yard touchdown run for Taysom Hill. You're also on the other side just hoping that Freiermuth gets at least 4 receptions for 35 yards. I mean, that is literally the exact same output.
Yep.
So which one's more likely? I'll probably take Freiermuth because he has the potential to give you more and score a touchdown as well. So I would go Muth, even though Taysom Hill kind of
standard league, you can go Taysom Hill, but in any kind of half PPR, full PPR, you go Pat Freiermuth.
Full PPR for sure. Freiermuth there. AJ Dillon or Aaron Jones in a half PPR. I think I'm still confident to say Aaron Jones is the play.
Yeah,
but I don't think you're
both.
Yeah, you could start both. I don't think you're going to be missing out on too much if you go one over the other, but I would still go Jones.
Yep, still go Jones until further notice.
Thanks for answering. Running back situation is a mess. Lots of questions with lots of questions. That's cool, man. That's why we're here.
Yep.
Appreciate you seeing the new graphics, Easy. It's we're just, we're trying to get better each and every week. So appreciate the feedback. Claire Moscow, half PPR pick, 1 wide receiver, 2 flex. Russell Gage, Paris Campbell, Isaiah McKenzie, also the dig zoner. So we got to limit that exposure. Harris, Burkhead, Jamal Williams. 1 wide receiver.
Good with one.
I low key think Russell Gage is in a good spot this week.
He might be. He was questionable all week, but he should be active and ready to play. This is why we took Russell Gage in fantasy, because of the injury to Chris Godwin.
Correct.
Unfortunately, Gage got hurt as well, and they were just he was slow going. But yeah, Gage and Jamal. Oh, it's Gage, Jamal, and Damian.
Yeah, Gage, Jamal, Damian Harris.
Yeah, thanks, Claire, for coming in. She is a phenomenal fantasy player.
Lando, can you pop the Discord link into the chat just for those asking?
Easy did do that for us already.
Okay, cool. I did not see that.
But I'll do it again right now.
Evan Rodriguez, sup guys? Do you think Cam Akers can be trusted in the flex spot? Either him or have Ramondre Stevenson against Pitt or Devonte Smith against the Vikings. I'm not rolling out Cam Akers this week.
We want to see it first.
He is a full fade until things change. And that is awful to say, but being out touched 18-3 last week by Daryl Henderson, who everyone thought was the backup, is not encouraging. So I would rather see it on my bench than not see it in my starting lineup again for the second straight week. So
yeah,
I will go Devonte Smith here. I think he's got the better matchup. I think he has a bounce back game. Stevens is not a bad option either, but I don't love it. So I'm going to go Devonte Smith.
Yep, I like it. Bounce back game for Smith. Rolando
need to flex ETN, Mooney, Curtis Samuel, and half PPR.
Travis Etienne.
I am with you on that, my man.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. I did miss it, but shout out to Easy. Speaking of Easy, Paris Campbell or Ashton Doolin. Desperation start in any format. Like a 16-team league and you lost Michael Pittman?
Go Ashton Doolin.
I did pick up Ashton Doolin this morning in the listener league, and I may have to start him. We'll see. Up against a stacked team and down 25 points after Thursday Night Football without Pittman, half PPR pick 2. Waddle, Cooks, Michael Thomas, DJ Moore. See, this context is really helpful because it allows us to pick you the bigger ceiling plays.
Yeah. Waddle has the biggest ceiling out of, I think you're going to have to start Waddle here, Rocky Mountain. Do you agree?
Waddle and it's between Cooks and DJ Moore for me.
So you're gonna fade Thomas with the injury to Winston?
Yes. I think that is enough of a factor for me to fade him slightly, because if anything were to happen to Michael Thomas, is Taysom Hill the next guy up? Because they let go of Ian Book.
Yeah, so maybe we give Taysom a little bounce up because he might play quarterback too.
Play a quarterback in your tight end slot this week. That's super solid. I personally would go DJ Moore.
So I think that's the right answer for the upside. Brandon Cooks is one of the safest players in fantasy football, has been for the past 3 years.
Yeah, and if this was I'm up 25 after a huge game from Mike Williams and just need safer options, it's Waddle Cooks.
Yep.
But I think when you need somebody to score, a 75-yard touchdown or create a ton of yardage after catch, it's DJ Moore versus Cooks. So Waddle, DJ Moore, take the 2 speedsters.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. I like that play. I mean, DJ Moore is a risky option. You need him in the end zone. He's not typically a touchdown scorer, but it's not like he doesn't have the talent to do that.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to ask you to carry the load here.
Okay.
I'm at Kashif.
Yep.
And you can keep it rolling. I just have to, I forgot to get my pick'em in.
Yeah. Let's get it here. I got to
appreciate it. I'll be here. I just need you to get in the driver's seat.
Yep.
Get through the rest of these questions.
Okay. I just have to find it so I can put it up on the screen. Why can't I find it?
It's highlighted. Mike Evans or T. Higgins in a full PPR. I would go Mike Evans in a really good spot. There's no link for Snap Army. Your boy ain't got a computer.
Yeah.
YouTube's got to fix that.
I agree.
But next time you're on a desktop, maybe just, if you remember it, cool. And if not, we appreciate you being here. So it doesn't really matter to us. But we would love to have you.
Yeah, we are starting Leonard Fournette. I think he's going to be a Mr. Necessary this week, despite him being questionable this week. Next, we got Mosh. Mike Evans slightly injured or with no Godwin, Julio Jones. So, Julio's out. So I'm going Mike Evans. I'm starting Mike Evans. You could definitely start Drake London if you need to, Mosh. I'm good with, but I'm going Mike Evans over Drake London. That's for sure.
I agree.
Okay. Obed, Cooks, Penny, Kirk, or Curtis Samuel at the flex. I'm going to go Brandon Cooks in a full PPR league.
Yep.
Shades 7-2-1. Need one starting or one standard scoring. Damian Pierce, Travis Etienne, Pollard, Jamal Williams, Stevenson, or Herbert. I'm going Etienne, then Jamal Williams in that order. So It's a standard league that maybe Jamal Williams gets the bump, but I still think ETN is a very good start. I really don't blame you if you go Jamal Williams out of that list. I'm just not going to start Pierce, Pollard, or Stevenson or Herbert out of that list. So it's between Jamal Williams and ETN for me. And a full PPR would be ETN all day.
What do you think? What do you think here, Landon? New England or Pittsburgh today in the pick 'em?
New England or Pittsburgh? I think I picked Pittsburgh. That's what I did.
Okay.
Zachary, start 2 PPR. ETN, Penny, Olave, Garrett Wilson. So I'm going to go here. Sorry, Zachary. I'll put you on screen. I'm going to go ETN, and I will go with the targets, chasing the targets with Garrett Wilson last week. With Ken Walker in, I think Penny could see a little bounce back in workload. I'm not starting Ken Walker this week, but I still think that Garrett Wilson should see those pass attempts. I did look it up that Joe Flacco threw the ball 59 times. So
59. So you were close with the 60.
Yeah. So let's keep that up with Joe Flacco. And I heard also that there's no chance that Mike White is going to start for the Jets. Like, it'd have to be catastrophically bad if he starts. So it's going to be Joe Flacco until Zach Wilson's back. Bossman, yo, what's up, guys? I had Gabe Davis with my flex, but with him potentially out, have to pick between AJ Dillon, Christian Kirk, Daryl Henderson, full PPR. We're going Henderson, AJ Dillon, Christian Kirk in that order, I think, right, Mac? In a full PPR?
Yes.
Yeah. All good. I got Boyd also, but I don't know. We talked to Paz about that. So I would go Rex Burkhead, Packer, over your other option. I don't recall who that was at this time, but pick up Rex Burkhead. I think it's a very fine ad.
I would go Burkhead. It was, I can't remember either. It wasn't good, though.
It wasn't good. Brandon Phillips, hey, y'all. I'm in a full PPR Superflex league with Kamara out. I could go heavy wide receiver and now have a few questions. Okay, Brandon, I'm going to look for your... Here we go. Should I trust CD this week? Deciding between him, Curtis Samuel, MT, Judy, and Henderson for spots. So
yes.
I would trust CD Lamb, Brandon. So
CD, Judy, Henderson are non-negotiables for me. I think you could fade Michael Thomas if you wanted to and go with like more opportunity for Samuel, but it's between those two. I think you kind of have to use your gut. But for me, CD, Judy, Henderson are locks.
Based on you being maybe behind, I might just go MT and hope that he gets those 2 touchdowns again over Curtis Samuel. But I don't have Curtis Samuel anywhere. I kind of have faded him, so I need to see it for a couple more weeks before I'm really ready to trust him permanently.
1 minute ago, Bills wide receiver Gabe Davis suffered an ankle sprain on a non-contact play in practice. Team is not ruling him out and holding hope. But he's very much in question for the game against the Titans on Monday. Yeah. So that kind of speaks to what we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Colin, PPR, T. Higgins or Cortland Sutton? This is a tough one because in any other format, I'm starting T. Higgins without question. But Cortland Sutton is in a plus matchup. Denver can really need to get a bounce back. And Cortland was kind of a ghost for most of that game until he caught some big passes. Who do you like here, Mac?
I do like T. Higgins here. I think with all eyes on the Diggs, Jamar Chase, wide receiver corner matchup, it could just be T. Higgins just flies under the radar and gets a ton of volume. I'm gonna go T. Higgins.
Cool.
And I know that we had not in the earlier rankings in the week, not put T. Higgins in because we didn't know if he was going to play, but I would have T. Higgins ahead.
Cool.
Yeah.
Griff, my man, Snap Army member. Hopefully we get a few more members today. We're at 34 likes, guys. Let's get that up to 40. We have 30 people watching. We answer every single question. We have about a half hour. We'll get to everyone. So
we're doing all right moving through this list.
Yeah, we are. Lots.
Let's with like limited time here, 26 until kickoff. Let's just go every other. We'll just rapid fire it to get back on track. Go cool. You, me.
Okay. Pick 2, Swift, Aaron Jones, Javonte, Naji. So I'll go Javonte, and Aaron Jones.
Agreed. Should I start Higgins or Akers this week? Got burned week 1 and not looking to go 0-2. I would go Higgins.
There you go. Easy saying that Jake Glazer saying Winston's playing fractured back. Yeah, we mentioned that. Next, we have Zion Talbot. I have TJ Hawkinson on the bench with Higbee as my starter. Do I look to trade TJ for a backup running back? But I have Rex on the bench. Yeah, you could shop TJ if you have that kind of confidence in Tyler Higbee. I would still go Hawkinson over Higbee, but yeah, no point having 2 tight ends like that. So shop TJ for a tight end needy team, or you package TJ and something else together to get a Kyle Pitts. I love that kind of move as well. So that's what I would try and do. Try to get that upgrade.
Appreciate you, Daniel, for coming by. Standard scoring, Ayuk or London? I would go Drake London.
Yes, so would I. Vert. I start 3 PPR, AJ Dillon, Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks, and Amon-Ra. So I'm going Mike Evans for sure. And I will also go Amon-Ra and AJ Dillon. I'll sit down Brandon Cooks. Mac.
Wow. Cooks? Amon-Ra over Cooks, eh?
It's close. It's close.
Do you start Curtis Samuel, or do you trust Curtis Samuel? Love the amount of touches he's got, but not sure if I can trust him yet. I do trust Curtis Samuel because I know that when healthy, he is explosive and he makes a difference. I hope they continue to use him out of the backfield. I think that is a nice addition to his workload. And he did what he did last week on 20% less opportunity than Dotson or McLaurin. So if he gets on the field a little bit more, I think his ceiling goes up. So I do trust Curtis Samuel. I'm hoping that he consolidates that opportunity share in this offense this week. Maybe last week was a mirage, a one-off. Hopefully not, but we'll see. We'll get some answers.
Blair Webb, thank you for supporting the show. Henderson or Hunt in a full PPR. I'm going to go Henderson over Hunt.
Yes,
so appreciate the super chat. It's only $2, but it means the world to us. But yeah, I'm going to go Henderson for a big game, big bounce back game. We're not expecting Akers to be fully involved. It'd be such a projection to put him so high now. Yes. Henderson will have the full workload until we see otherwise. And by the way, Ham Sandwich, we will get to your questions. So you don't need to spam the chat and keep asking it over again. We will get to your question. We're just going in order here, my man.
Bucks or Ravens defense? I would be inclined to play the Bucks.
Bucks defense. The
with
Ravens
no Alvin
defense
Kamara.
Is still a little bit banged up. Yeah, love the Bucks this week.
Will the weather be a factor for the 49ers? It's supposed to rain again. I don't think to the extent of last week's slip and slide matchup between the Bears and the Niners. So it might rain, but I think we're okay this week.
Yeah.
Fading Zeke hard this week, starting Hunt, McKenzie, and Hines over him. PPR, that's not crazy, right? It's slightly crazy.
It's a little crazy. Zeke looked good this last week. I know the team isn't great, but I think Zeke did enough to keep Pollard off the field. There's a lot of Pollard truthers out there, but I think Zeke did enough to look good. So, hey man, if you have a big stance, do your thing. But
yeah, for the record, I think Hunt and Hines are okay in a full PPR just because of losing Michael Pittman and what Nyheim Hines might be asked to do this week. I think McKenzie's the only one that I have no real confidence in him over Zeke, just because when we look at the slot work last week for the Bills, Jamison Crowder was equally as involved. McKenzie caught the touchdown, but that was the main difference. So if with Gabe Davis out, who knows what happens there, but I would go Hunt and Hines if you wanted to do a little.
Blair sent us a super chat, so we'll get you, Blair, again here with Carson or Trey Lance. I'm still going to go Trey Lance in the rain. I know Carson had a great game last week, and they played Detroit, so it should be plus matchup, but I'm going to roll the dice one more time on Trey Lance, but I don't blame you if you just want to roll the hot hand of Carson Wentz.
The matchup is so good. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I would probably go Carson, but I think Trey Lance, if he can bounce back and have a good game, his rushing floor makes the difference.
Yeah.
Penny or ETN, Thielen or Curtis Samuel?
ETN over Penny, and then Thielen or Curtis. I think I'll just go Curtis Samuel.
I think the argument there is that Walker making his start could be some wild card.
So far, I've been fading Penny. I wouldn't be surprised if he had a good game, but I'm going to fade him.
I go ETN and Thielen.
Yeah. Did you talk about thoughts on Tony moving forward? Where are we in the chat here?
Did I miss?
Oh, you're up here. Okay, I'm ahead of you. It's all
You're good. Okay.
Yep.
Curtis Samuel or Jahan Dotson?
I'll go Curtis Samuel.
Elliott or AJ Dillon? I'm going AJ Dillon.
I'll go Dillon as well.
Deontay Johnson, Jerry Jeudy, and Jahan Dotson need to drop one after dropping Mike Williams.
Oh man, don't be dropping Mike Williams.
No.
We did a video. No. You said he's a must start this week.
Watch the video, Stu.
Yeah. I would.
Oh, brother. Use that priority or that fab to get him back. Yikes.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't drop Deontay Johnson or Jerry Jeudy. You got to drop Jahan Dotson.
Yeah, that's who. Correct.
Yikes. I'm sorry for your loss.
Stuart, join our Discord and give us a heads up on what you're doing in your fantasy league, because we'll help you out here.
Yep. Half PPR, Elliott or Dillon for the flex. It's the same person.
Yeah,
Never mind.
Said Dillon.
Never mind. Half PPR, pick one. G. Will versus Cleveland, Devonte Smith versus Minnesota, or Burks versus Buffalo.
I'll go Devonte Smith. I have almost the same scenario, but I don't have Burks on my team. I'd go with Devonte Smith.
I would rank this Smith, Wilson, Burks.
Bang.
Full PPR, start Swift or start Michael Carter or Kenneth Gainwell.
Smith.
I'm still good with
Swift.
Deandre Swift there.
I mixed up names there.
Thoughts on Kadarius Toney moving forward? What are the Giants doing?
So he got like a couple snaps and 2 catches and looked electric.
He did. It's like, guys, you spent your first round pick on this guy, 20th overall pick. Like, you drafted him ahead of really notable wide receivers. He looks great when he touches the ball, and you just don't give him more opportunity. It just doesn't.
12% of snaps
in my brain. 12% snap share.
Yeah.
Like, is he unhealthy and they're not disclosing something? Is there some like team discipline going on that we don't know? Like, what is happening here?
Like, guys, give Kenny Golladay 12% snap share.
Yes.
Tony.
Yes. Mike, I think he's an optimistic hold. I say that because we know what he is capable of. We've seen him dominate an NFL football game in the past, although like a small sample size. Like, he can do it.
I think it's an attitude. That's it.
It could be. But 12% snap share just doesn't make sense. Something's got to be going on. I would hold him and hope that things improve. I think you could have worse people on your bench.
Yeah. Mike Evans or Chase Edmonds, and go Mike Evans with confidence.
You go Aaron Jones over Kareem Hunt.
Correct.
Yep.
What's going on, Tammy?
Patterson or Robinson?
Patterson.
Yep.
Patterson.
What to do with Van Jefferson in a full PPR? Feels like when he comes back, he could be a very viable option to have. I'm optimistic.
No, I'm going to drop Van Jefferson.
Yep. Only answering Discord questions? No,
we're answering every question in here.
Yeah, we got yours, dude. Right here, PPR, half. Elliott, Dillon, Landry for the flex, Dillon.
So yeah, Dillon,
Wilson or Wentz?
Wilson.
Yes, agree.
Conklin or Kmet? I'll go Kmet.
Boy, can we please just have a Cole Kmet bounce back? I don't even know if you call that a bounce back. Can we just have him on the field and productive? Like, let's just get him the ball.
Yeah.
Be really, really nice. Warren, Breece Hall, Cam Akers, Damian Harris, and a half PPR.
I'll go Breece Hall on that scenario war.
Zay Jones or have we sunken this low?
Dark City. I mean, possibly.
Oh man, CeeDee Lamb.
What did Zay do last week? He got 9 targets last week.
So like, okay, PSA.
Better
PSA.
catch percentage than CeeDee Lamb.
Guys, PSA here, real quick. It's week 2.
Yeah.
Week 1 sometimes can be unpredictable.
Offenses
aren't quite clicking yet. Maybe there's some rust to shake off. A lot of these guys didn't play preseason. I think the biggest mistake you can make in fantasy, playing for now like 15 years, is chasing week 1 waiver points and passing up the guys you drafted to be your studs, who by the end of the year will be top 12, top 15 options, like pivoting off them too
Mike
early.
Williams to the waiver wire.
Dropping Mike Williams to the waiver wire. Like, sometimes you just have to start your studs, let them do their thing. And if after 4, 5, 6 weeks, there's a trend that you can identify and maybe someone's regressing and someone's improved, like, we need to give these things time. So with confidence, CeeDee Lamb.
Here we go, ham sandwich. We got to your question. Thanks for being patient. Smash that like button. We appreciate you coming in. Aaron Jones or Najee Harris? We said earlier that Najee Harris was banged up. He's questionable all week. We thought he might miss multiple weeks. So with that, I'm going to go Aaron Jones to have a bounce back week and Najee to be probably limited. Oh, but he's got Henderson too, I guess. So
it's a pick 2, and I would sit Najee down out of the 2.
Ooh, baby.
Sounds crazy. It honestly sounds crazy, but
crazy. We're a little bit worried about his health. That's the biggest thing. If he was fully healthy, you start Najee 100% of the time.
I think he's coming back too early, and I don't like the matchup against New England.
Yeah. Now, he also has Marquise Brown and Amon-Ra. Still, I'm going to go with Aaron Jones and Henderson, I think, there.
What 2 would you start? Thielen, Cooper, London, half PPR. Thank you. Thank you for coming by, JP. Appreciate it.
Yep.
I would go
Thielen
for sure. Cooper and London feels like a toss-up. London has the worst matchup.
Yeah, I'll go Amari Cooper. It doesn't feel great. You're going with the old school Thielen and Amari Cooper. Make sure to put Thielen in your flex because they play Monday night. But besides that, you are good to go there with Thielen and Cooper, JP.
So we're adding more to the mix, but it doesn't change for me.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, we know that like Marquise and Amon-Ra have a bunch of upside, but stick with right. Yep. So you'd pick up and start Burkhead over Pierce.
Odell Beckham Jr. is in New Orleans today for the Saints Bucks, and he bumped into Tom Brady during warmups. Do they need more wide receivers?
They do, apparently.
Apparently. Who should I start today? Hayden Hurst, Robert Tonyan, or Taysom Hill? I would order them Tonyan, Hill, Hurst.
Yeah, I think so too. Dave G.
We got Blair's already. Let's go to Kareem Hunt, Cortland Sutton, Mark Ingram in a full PPR.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah, agreed.
And then Kareem Hunt is not too far behind, and then Mark Ingram isn't even in the stadium.
How are we feeling with London against the Rams? I feel okay, to be completely honest. It's not the most bullish I'd be on him this year, but I do think that the Falcons are going to have to throw the football. So I'm looking for London and Pitts to get a little bit more involved, but they both were on the field a ton. I think, what was it, 84% each?
Yeah, and I will be just a PSA for everyone watching. If Kyle Pitts has a bad game this week, make your trade offers for Kyle Pitts. You have a chance to get him on your team, and it's a tough matchup, but I think that Kyle Pitts is going to be a difference maker at the position. Get him on your squad.
Agreed. Curtis Samuel or Allen Robinson in full PPR.
Gross.
Look, full disclosure, I'm totally fine if you just take the workload you saw last week and went Curtis Samuel. I do have confidence that Allen Robinson bounces back this week, plus matchup against the Falcons. Like I said before, squeaky wheel gets the grease. I'm going to go A-Rob personally, but I don't blame you if you want to go Samuel. But I truly do believe that A-Rob is the play. Yeah,
full PPR makes it really close.
How about A-Rob versus Michael Carter?
Robinson.
Can Allen Robinson just have a good week for once in
Feels
the
like
last
it's been
3 years.
2 years since he's
So
had
I
a
can
good-
just stop talking about.
Yeah, stop it with the Allen Robinson. Hey guys,
Logan Thomas or Hayden Hurst in a full PPR.
No, neither.
I would go
Hayden Hurst.
Thomas. Oh boy. Ertz or Freiermuth full PPR.
Hey, this might get us in trouble again because we said
Oh man.
to not play
Oh man.
Ertz last week
In limited fashion.
Yeah.
Who's got the better chance for a touchdown? It's probably Zach Ertz.
Probably Zach Ertz. So I think they're going to need him without Rondale Moore. He practiced this week. It should be a high over-under game in Las Vegas. It's in a dome. I think you go with Zach Ertz, but it's really, really close.
Supposed to lose by 5. Would that change your mind on Carson or Lance?
So upside. Who has the most upside? I still think
Lance.
that's Trey Lance.
Yeah. Appreciate you, Dion, for coming by. Appreciate you too, Wayne. Thank you so much. Claire again, half PPR 10-team league. Who do I flex? Waddle or Hollywood? Or could play both over CD. I think that's too reactive. I would play Waddle.
Yeah, Waddle still. I want to see it from Hollywood Brown, Claire. He just didn't have the target share that I wanted from him. I've been a fan of him all year or all off season, but I do think that Hollywood has a big ceiling play in Las Vegas. I just think you have to go with the good, safer options with Waddle and CD there. CD should see a ton of targets. He had a good game with Cooper Rush. I mean, they're going to force feed him the football. So I think still trust CD until we can't anymore.
I love the reaction from Stuart here after dropping Mike Williams, comes back, just laughs it off. I will join. Forgot to do my team Thursday night. Cheers from the UK. Love it, man.
Cheers, mate.
Laugh it off. We've all made. I dropped when I in a keeper league. I drafted Justin Jefferson for $3 in his rookie season. I dropped him after week 3 before he broke out, and we know the rest of the story. So,
yep.
Kareem Hunter, Daryl Henderson. I assume Hendo, but I don't know about the workload. Yeah,
Hendo.
Henderson.
Plus matchup.
I expect that not to change too much. Can't believe I'm asking, but Naji or Nyheim Hines? I think I draw the line there, Marky. I think I'd play Naji still.
Yeah, I'm going Naji as well with that, Marky.
For those of you that do know, longtime listeners, Mark Poole once a co-host of this podcast, and we miss him dearly.
Yeah, we miss the puns, the sharp wit.
Very, very punny. 2210. Appreciate you guys. We never thought we would get to 1,000. The fact that we're at 2,200 is mind-blowing. Appreciate you guys coming by. Henderson or Zeke? We've asked that we answered this one already. Henderson.
Yeah, I think it's Henderson the plus matchup. I still think Zeke's going to be just fine this season. He looked really good week 1, but Henderson, if he keeps that kind of snap share he had, he should have a great game versus Atlanta.
Agreed. Thanks, gents. I'm starting Nyheim Hines. Oh, fade of the day goes to Marquise Poole.
There you go.
Hawkinson or Taysom at tight end, half PPR.
Oof.
I go Hawk.
Still go Hawk. Yeah, it's good. It's a good matchup.
Unless there's news that comes out in the next 7 minutes that Taysom Hill is starting at quarterback today.
Right.
I would go Hawkinson.
I mean, he should. If they, it's quite a possibility that they take out Jameis more often now that he's so banged up.
That's fair.
It's very hard to project that, guys. Like, it's really hard to know what's going to happen here. So
yes.
So I'm still going to go with Hawkinson in a PPR league. Like we said earlier, like Taysom Hill needs to run in a touchdown to get those 5-6 targets that Hawkinson's going to get.
Follow-up question from Josiah here: Zeke or Michael Carter for the flex?
Yeah, start Zeke there.
That I would agree with.
Yeah, I'm fading Michael Carter. He had a good week 1. I'm expecting the workload to go more in the Breece Hall's favor as the season gets going.
For the flex, Lando, A-Rob or Rashad Penny?
A-Rob.
Thank you.
We have Mr. Gooner Gaming No You saying Jeff Wilson, Mark Ingram, or AJ Dillon. Really appreciate it. Help you guys. I'm leaning Jeff Wilson though, but I don't know. I'm gonna go AJ Dillon over Jeff Wilson. I think
I would as well.
I think there's going to be a little bit of an RBBC there in San Francisco with TDP. I think Jeff Wilson will get the majority of the work, but there's going to be more guys involved. You'll see Debo involved as well. So go with AJ Dillon. He looked great week 1. Like he's that quintessential league winner if AJ or if Aaron Jones goes down. Like he is a top 5 guy.
Agreed.
If that happens.
Totally agree. Kirk or T. Higgins? I would go T. Higgins.
T. Higgins. Kirk's another guy that, I mean, he looked great. He had a ton of targets, but I'm going to go with the stud in T. Higgins. That's why you drafted him.
Alvin Kamara, who is out today, has a fracture to his rib cartilage, just like Justin Herbert does. So a little bit more information coming in from Jay Glazer on that situation.
And you saw how much pain he was in.
We got you. Community is what this channel is all about, man. We wouldn't have it if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't do it if it wasn't for you guys. So you guys kind of make this thing keep going. So we appreciate it.
That's our business plan, interacting with the community, answering every question, answering every comment on our video. So the best way to help us out, I mean, number one, join the Snap Army, but otherwise just go on our YouTube channels, hit that like button and comment every single time. And that's what helps us out. To the 18 people watching, we appreciate you. Hit that like on the way out. Tell your friends about us.
Absolutely. We got half PPR, 3 wide receivers, 4 minutes till kickoff. Trade Jonathan Taylor, Hollywood Brown to get Javonte and Cooper Kupp.
I would just keep JT in Hollywood.
If you could trade Saquon in Hollywood, I would do that.
It's close. Javonte's great, right? But
no, I'm just saying, like, JT and Saquon are great, but Kupp to Hollywood is a huge boost. So if you could make that Saquon instead, I would do Saquon off the big game as the number one wide running back on the year. Saquon Hollywood to get Javonte Kupp. I think that's the deal.
There you go. It's so easy just to fall in love with Saquon after that big game.
It is. But JT's done it for 1.5 seasons of being dominant. I would just do that. Brandon Ayuk, Devonte Smith, Penny, Carter at flex in a full PPR.
Penny for the floor, Smith for the ceiling.
I still have confidence in Penny.
Yeah, I'll go Penny there.
Yep. Just wondering what our opinion is on Dalton Schultz. Feels like he's got a good floor, but with Rush, his ceiling is really limited.
You're exactly right. That's pretty much bang on. Like, I still think he's a very fine play. He's still the number 2 option in Dallas. And he'll be just fine. Just ceiling play, not a very good offense. Now that's what happens. Ceiling is limited.
Should I trade away Clyde, or do you think he will keep up his great performances? Landon did a really good video this week detailing Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I would direct you to that, but the Cole's Notes version is you should sell.
I would be selling Clyde for sure.
Mooney, London, Ayuk.
Mooney, I think.
I would order them the way you have them.
Yep, exactly.
I think Mooney bounces back. He should be involved. So should Cole Kmet if they're not like huge red flags back-to-back weeks. But like, where does the ball go if it doesn't go to them too? It doesn't make sense.
Correct.
Is Zeke kind of a bust this week? Definitely tempering expectations.
Yep, but I think he'll be fine versus Cincinnati.
He's safe.
He'll be safe. He'll get his workload. He looked good week 1. I'm not too concerned with Zeke. I just
he just might not have the efficiency you're hoping that he has.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We have 2 minutes till kickoff. Appreciate all the questions and the support. 43 likes. Make sure to come by every single Sunday. We answer every single question. More content will be coming out every single day. Very excited to keep putting out content. The channel is growing like crazy. And we appreciate y'all.
Much appreciated. I'm just checking our Scott Fishbowl lineup, and we have Julio Jones starting, so we need to change that ASAP.
Oh man, way to catch that! I forgot we had Julio.
Can you change it in the next minute, because I don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Can we also get Cole Kmet in instead of Dawson Knox?
Sure thing.
Okay.
Julio and Russell Gage. Bang, bang, submit lineup.
Beautiful.
Done.
You're the man.
Because we started Isaiah Pacheco somehow.
So dumb. The auto start.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Best of luck. Enjoy the football week 2. Your 90 minutes of uninterrupted start, sit, help is now done. Enjoy that football. Stay tuned to the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Knox or Cole Kmet, I would go Cole, as we just did for our Scott Fishbowl lineup. If you want to join the Discord and continue this conversation and engagement, you can do so. Landon did link it into the chat.
I got that again.
He's going to drop it again one more time. So our fun on Sunday doesn't end here. You can pick that conversation right back up with our 150 plus members over on Discord. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the questions. Good luck, and we'll see you next week. Let's get those W's.
Goodbye.